Order anything at Hungry Jack's. Get the code off the receipt. Punching at hungrygacks.com.au/WAPA-LA. And you go in the draw to win a trip for 4 to the USA.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Here we go, the New Zealand Breakers are back in action against the Brisbane Bullets here. I don't think the Brisbane Bullets are going to be able to put up too much resistance as the Breakers just charge toward what I think is going to be a very, very memorable finals appearance here. The New Zealand Breakers, the odds just aren't really correct for me, especially the handicap here. I think they're going to blow this one out of the water, so much so that I'll take the overs. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I think Brisbane are just going to fade away in this one late, and that's where we'll see the overs hit. But in the same game multi, I'm very, very happy to take McDowell White to have a massive game, but of course the Brisbane Bullets to get this one done convincingly. And I've already mentioned the total points there. Enjoy, and as always, gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
And the New Zealand Breakers, well, they're in free fall right now. We are headed, as we said, for the biggest crowd of the season.
They're going to be up against, I suspect, a real desperate New Zealand Breakers.
And you can't leave a man who's that good in that much space. This 8-point lead is a game high for the Breakers right now.
All of a sudden, momentum going all the way to the Sydney Kings.
86-86. Oh, the bank! Sunday transaction from Jarrell Brantley. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. This is a watershed moment. Big time win for the Breakers.
Thursday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL come live from Brisbane. The Bullets and the Breakers. The Breakers, they were in free fall, but they turned it around with a spectacular performance against the Sydney Kings at a packed arena. And now they look to continue that surge towards the finals. They are currently third. They would love to stay there, maybe even climb to second and take the benefits of going straight through to the semi-finals. We're at Nissan Arena. Alistair Nicholson alongside Mitch Creek and Adam Gibson. And the big news, Gibbo, is that Barry Brown Jr. is back from his groin injury.
Well, what an inclusion to bring off the bench. A lot of people's best sixth man of the year, 20 points a game, 3 assists. They're real impact players. So they have missed him. They got back on track against the Sydney Kings in their last game, and what a great inclusion for them.
Are they back, Mitch, the Breakers?
Yeah, look, they're not going to be down for too long. These inclusions are going to make that little bit more of a kind of presence. When you come off the bench, their starters have been very solid. Obviously, the last game with a great win and some big plays down the stretch from Brownlee, but, you know, he's a powerhouse player and he's back bigger than ever.
Awesome to have the former NBL MVP courtside, Derek Rucker, for us tonight. Excuse me. And Derek, just starting on a bit of a sombre note, the incident with Harry Froling, so much concern for him around the basketball community, and we hope he's doing okay. What can you tell us?
Well, there's no further news from Brisbane. At the moment, Harry is still in the hospital. He's stable and recovering, and as a personal friend of the family, I've been associated with them for a long time. His dad and I were teammates. I really missed Harry not being here today, so from all of us here, we wish Harry and the family all the best in his recovery, and we can't wait to see you again, Harry.
Yeah, absolutely. That extended from everyone in the basketball community and everyone associated with our broadcast. The standings at the moment, we are now at the 15th to last of the regular season games, and all of the games from here have a real significance around who finishes where. You can see the Breakers in third and just how important that win was. Just how important to that win was this man, Adam Gibson.
Well, he's been incredible. 30 points in that last game against the Kings, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. He did everything. He made big plays with some guys out and some guys injured, and It's not just his offensive output, it's his defensive effort as well. He's able to switch and guard guards, he can guard bigs, he can get down and switch, and that's a real, I guess, weapon for the Breakers to be able to use their switching defense. So he was huge, and you see there the potential, pretty much a game winner for them. He was big in their last game.
And the numbers that he shared with Will McDowell-White as well, Creaky, were just phenomenal, the influence of both of those players against the Kings.
Yeah, look, when you assist or score on 80-plus points between just two players, it's almost unguardable, and there's no wonder they won that game. Now, albeit it was a lucky bank shot, I'm not sure he called bank on that one. It is still, you've got to create your own luck, and Will's done an incredible job, just off a hand injury as well recently, but that man's been playing some absolutely incredible basketball. He's shown that in the past, and it's great to see the New Zealand Breakers back in the winning column.
A blow for the Bullets tonight is that Jason Kadee is not playing. He played 366 of a possible 367 games since debut, 274 on end. Tyler Johnson's been in really good form. You'd expect him to start tonight, Gibbo?
Yeah, absolutely. As I think we see him coming out there now. His last two games, obviously 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's been big time, and people have been talking about, do you bring him back? I think the Bullets need a point guard, but he's been incredible. He has NBA experience, and he's shown that his last 2 games. He's finally getting more of the ball. I think early on in the season, he wasn't taking enough shots. Now he is, and the Bullets, they're going to miss Kadee. He's been great. He's a leader. He's a real solid head for them, and Tyler Johnson's got to step up tonight if the Bullets are going to have a chance.
Let's take a look at the Bullets champion starting 5, and yep, there will be no surprise to see Tyler Johnson is in the starting 5 tonight.
Well, I think we've been waiting for this, to have him start alongside Nathan Sobey. Let's see if this can work for moving forward next year, if they can be the backcourt for the Bullets. DJ Mitchell, Andrew White was great in their last game, and big Aaron Baines taking up the centre position.
And the Breakers champion starting 5, Creaky, it's a pretty good starting 5, this one.
Yeah, Rupert and McDowell-White have been excellent this season so far. Pardon has been holding it down in the middle. Brantley, we know his excellent MVP caliber. Expect another big game from him with Tom finishing up that starting 5.
Tip-off time, and the Bullets have possession. Sobey. Been a little quiet in the last couple of weeks. Only 8 points against Illawarra and 9 against the 36ers. And 31 against your team, Mitch Creek, and also 30 against Perth. Baines underneath. TJ Mitchell pulls up, and it goes.
That was a favourable bounce to start the night, but you like that from Brisbane. Trying to go inside early against Pardon with big Bainesy in there. Good little high-low, just couldn't get his feet under him to finish that first play of the game.
Opportunity for repair, rattles out.
Excellent play, great point guard read by McDowell-White, and it's a great wide open shot for the Breakers.
Sobey works it back towards Mitchell. And repair hassling him. It's interesting, the record of the Breakers this season. They are 8 wins, 3 losses on the road. 7 of their 10 losses this season have come at home. So travelling not an issue.
I think they've claimed it themselves, being the road warriors. They've proven just that. To have a losing home record is a little bit rare in this league, but you know, to play on the away games and be so solid is extremely incredible by them.
Foul called on White, the Bullets. Will McDowell-White has taken on the point guard responsibilities this season. Performed very well.
He has, and I think a lot of people forget that he was injured with a hand issue on his shooting hand in their last, 2 weeks ago, as Pardon gets a finish. As anyone would know, Creaky, you injure your shooting hand. It's also where you dribble, you pass. So 2 weeks ago, he was out and not being able to play, but to dish up the numbers he has after that injury is pretty incredible.
And I think he's always been someone that has seen the floor so well. He's extremely hard to play against and defend because he has the ability to get hot quickly. As you see DJ start the game extremely well with the first 2 buckets. But you're right, Gibbo, to have any injury to any of your hands, doesn't really matter which one, it's just shooting or non-shooting, you've still got to make plays, and to be in this level of play in the NBL and to put up those numbers is absolutely incredible by him.
McDowell-White Tyler Johnson starting tonight in the absence of Jason Kadee. Dow White into the paints. Get it to go off the glass, and Baines, who's averaging 8.2 rebounds a game. Johnson drives and finishes.
Well, I like this from the Bullets. They're on their attack early. They first play of the game, try to get inside of Baines. Tyler Johnson there with the drive, and you see Coach Vanderjack on the sideline. He wants his players up and in to pick up that defensive effort and set a tone on the defensive end.
Repair. Gets into the paint. Nice, clean finish.
That's a great hesitation. I know NBA scouts are going to be looking at that, liking what they see.
Two shots coming up. And some changes being made. Gack coming on for the Bullets. Yeah, ESPN has recently ranked Repair as 18th in their latest mock draft for the NBA, so he's very much on the radar, isn't he? Let's go down to Derek Rucker courtside.
And that's correct. He is on the radar, and there are a number of scouts in the house. Not only scouts, but we've got Sean Marks, general manager of the Brooklyn Nets, and assistant general manager of the New York Knicks, Walt Perrin here. So the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks represented, and I think Rupert is off to a pretty solid start so far. He looks good.
As a player, Craigie, do you know when these types of people are in the stadium, in the venue, watching on?
I think you always have in the back of your mind that little voice that goes, oh, they're watching. There's a beautiful and one from Brantley to start his night off. But you do know it a little bit. It is in the back of your mind, and you're trying to tell yourself it's another game, it's no different. Just go out and play a selfless style of basketball, team first, you know, offensive rebound, pick up full court defensively, making simple plays, because that's all they're really looking at. You're not, you know, walking in as LeBron James or the next Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. You're going to come and fill a great role in the NBA, and you've got to use that length, size, and athleticism. And I think what he's doing right now is what's going to tick a lot of boxes for these NBA scouts courtside tonight.
Tyler Johnson goes to work for the Bullets. Baines, White, thought about the step back. Steal from Pardon, but deflected away by Aaron Baines, and the Bullets get it back again. And now Baines goes to work on Pardon. Left-hand finish doesn't fall. Pardon the rebound. Johnson guards Brantley. And there is an offensive foul called on Brantley.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that again. You see Brantley, he just wants someone to move and cut off the ball. You see clear mismatch. Just wants, I think that's Repair on the wing to cut so he can take DJ Mitchell out of that help position. He just stands, and tough little offensive foul.
And Sobey get hot tonight. Would certainly give the Bullets a real chance. Statman. Great finish.
Well, great play by the rookie. We've been asking to see a bit more of Cody Statman, and 4 minutes into the game, it's great to see him get some time, and that just shows his skill and what he can bring to the table. So look forward to seeing him play a lot in this game as the Bullets are up and about, as we see Sobey.
Sobey goes to the rim. And now the foul is called. Let's take a look at the Amy replay here. Cody Statman.
Well, just great poise, and finds Big Baines under the hoop for the flush, and then the defensive energy. Just good patience, takes his time, doesn't panic. It's the easiest shot Baines will have tonight, I would imagine.
Tyler Johnson goes to the line. Encouraging early start here for the Brisbane Bullets without Jason Kadee. Derek Rucker courtside.
I'm very interested, Gibbo and Creaky, to see how Barry Brown looks. I came to training on Tuesday, and he looked really sharp, hitting a vast array of jumpers, step back three, all types of stuff. He looked like he had nice pop, and if he can get back to form, that's a serious X factor for the Breakers.
Well, Ruck, as we all know, there's one thing to do it on a training floor by yourself, and there's a different thing out there on the floor in a live game. And I think we've seen that, you know, you take the Pinder Cairns situation, obviously it's going to take time for him to get back into a rhythm, so hopefully it doesn't disrupt the Breakers and he can slot back in nicely. That's a great play there by Baines as we see a timeout.
Early 7-point lead to the Bullets, who are feeling the early energy, and Modi, he's feeling like it's time for a chat. What have you liked about the start from the Bullets so far, Mitch Creek?
I just think the pace of which they're playing offensively, they're looking for Baines with those high lows. The guards have got good penetration, and they're understanding that New Zealand are rotating a little earlier, and they're just finding receiver spots right now. And then on the defensive side of things, Brisbane is starting to pick up full court. The pressure is building in transition, and that's what they've been missing all season long. So to see them play that up-the-court defensive style of play is very promising for them for this next season coming.
Hungry Jacks NBL continuing to celebrate inclusion and diversity during its inaugural champion Pride round this round, round 17. And you were part of the launch as well, Mitch. And your dad went along, didn't he?
There's Papa Creek. Shout out to Jeff Creek, the old fella. Incredible to share in the direction of which this round went from the very start. As my sister and I there. Every year I've taken her, since she came out to us as a family, to an event in Brisbane called Big Gay Day, a very open place where we can go and celebrate her and so many other people in this world. And I think this is an amazing round. It's a conversation we need to have. We don't want it to be forced or fed to people. We just want people to take it in their own stride when they're ready. But for us right now as a league, we've done an amazing job as we look at those, you know, foul line circles of champion and the beautiful pride colours. It's an absolutely exceptional piece of art they put on the courts tonight.
Beautifully done. Barry Brown kicks it back, and the floater, Pardon, is on the mark.
Good science from Barry Brown there too. First possession in, really, where he touches the ball, gets good penetration deep and finds a nice little assist for him for first touch of the game.
Statman, back out to Mitchell. Mitchell's been shooting the three ball well, that not an example. Statman keeps it in, Sobey keeps it in, Johnson for three.
Well, that was a deep attempt by DJ Mitchell. Good scrambling defense by the Breakers, and you're right, Creaky, Barry Brown as Isaiah Liafa steps in for his first shot back from injury.
Baines feeds Statman, he wore one in the snout there. Breakers come away with it. Barry Brown goes to the rack.
Well, Rucker might be right on point. Barry Brown looks sharp. Great couple of possessions to start the game. That's just great offense by Brooks. Great pass by Nathan Sobey to read the open space behind Baines for the lob, and Baines has had a great start to this game.
Yeah, real early influence for Baines. He'll go to the line. He's already got 4 points to his name. A couple of rebounds as well, 1 assist.
Well, if you're the Bullets, that's way too easy for Barry Brown. Simple hesitation, gets past DJ Mitchell, and limited contest from Sobey at the hoop.
No problems for Baines. Derek Rucker.
Never know how a player is going to return back to the court and what impact that's going to have on the team. But right now, it looks like Brown is really rolling, and it looks like the tempo and control has picked up for the Breakers, whereas Will McDowell-White is that poised leader. Brown is like nitroglycerin. He can set this thing alight real quick.
Could be the new nickname for Mr. Brown, Nitro. Can we get a hashtag somewhere, Rucker?
Here goes Nitro from the elbow. Rattles out. Foul's called.
I'm sticking with it. I'm going to shoot him a message. He'll get it half-time maybe and see it and give me a tick of approval.
Contact on the screen.
that unfolds to an easy basket and they foul on the rebound.
Oh, it led to a bad shot.
You just make physical with it. I understand the point. Yes.
Good tempered discussion.
Do we see some early cheeseburgers? Thanks to Rob Lowe and Hungry Jacks.
I haven't had dinner yet, Gibbo. I'm happy to get on a flight to Brizzy.
Lowe puts paid to that idea.
Good to see Rob Lowe start. What a great game he had in his last game. 15 points, 5 rebounds in only 15 minutes against the Kings.
Yeah, 13 points in the first half. Mitchell. Ivanovic there with him. Mark off the mark with his 3-shot attempt. Liafa, repair. Goes baseline, touched the baseline. So, Tom Vodanovic sits down, repair checks out as well. Rasmus Bark. There's the ball for the Bullets. Had it for the Bullets.
Wait, there we go.
Bradley!
Cam Glidden step on up. He's always had fast hands, Cam Glidden. Cheeky little steal, and look forward to seeing the replay of that pass as the Breakers.
I tell you what, break out there, fine China.
See Cam Glidden with his sneaky hands and the no-look, scoop behind the head. Good to see Cam back playing against his old team. With some injuries in their last game, he was able to step up and play some more minutes. 9 points coming in off the bench, 3 of 8 from the three-point line, and that's his role, is to come in, step in, shoot threes, and basically he's been told that if he doesn't shoot it, he's going to sit down. So as a player, Creaky,
that's pretty good.
To be told just to shoot it, it'll be a lot of fun.
Simon Mitchell's never told me that, but I've pretended he has. So I just shoot it sometimes.
2 shots for Brantley. Gorjok Gak. So a chance for the Breakers to level the scores. The margin was significant as 7 points. One stage during this first quarter. No problems. 16 apiece. So we've seen a couple of dunks already tonight. Sportsbet donating $500 to prostate cancer in Dunkuary. Tally now at 152 dunks as Liafa takes possession of it. Bounce pass and Brown for the finish. And the Breakers take the lead.
Well, it's just the turnovers and the defensive effort by the Breakers to cause... That was just a sloppy turnover by Johnson. Jumped, left his feet, and as a player, you never want to jump to pass the ball. You want to stay planted, play off 2 feet, and great transition 2-on-1 break with the finish.
$76,000 I think we're up to for Dunkuary. That's a really good number, eclipsing last year.
Boys have got their legs this month, I think. I'm not sure if it's more games or the incentives got higher, but apologies to Sportsbet, but that's a deep pocket.
No apologies.
That's incredible.
They encourage you to take their money, and they're giving it up with lots of dunks, which is great to see. Jarrell Brantley, we've already seen him having an influence on the game. At halftime, a special feature on Jarrell Brantley. Here's just a little snippet of what to expect.
You know, the game brings out, and when you watch me play, it's so many expressions, so much passion. It brings out so much in me, so I want to stay grounded. I just try to do things to stay balanced, stay focused. Trusting your habits, trusting your work ethic, and keeping good people around you, like Modi, like our teammates. When I'm having my bad days, I need somebody to say, it's okay, get up. And when I'm having my best day, it's like, hey, you still got to work on that.
So that's coming up at halftime. He's a cool customer and he's having a huge impact. Last time these two teams met, he had 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in what was a commanding victory for the Breakers over the Bullets.
He's been incredible, and the thing I love most, he holds his teammates accountable on the defensive end. If there's a miss scout, a mess up, a breakdown, doesn't matter who it is, he's calling them out and holding them accountable. And he just said then he wants them to hold him accountable as well. So the real reason why why the Breakers are where they are. And I heard from one of the guys today, he's had a lot of Foot Locker player of the games. Nice little voucher. He's offered it up to his first teammate to take a charge. So maybe potential for a few flops just to try and be that first person to win that $250 Foot Locker voucher.
Does he give it to himself if he takes the charge first?
No, I think he's an honest man that he'll give it out to someone else. So apparently Rob Lowe's put his hand up and he's pretty keen for that voucher. So if there's an interesting call in the replay centre, maybe let that one go through.
All right. Sobey to level things up again. Not able to do it. Vanderjack and Sobey getting a little cosy there as Brantley from outside the arc, no good. Sobey now in transition for the Bullets. Sobey runs into Lowe. Foul called on Rob Lowe.
It's a great play from Sobey, just understanding the slower feet of Rob Lowe and attacking that hip. Good defense by Brown, but Lowe just a little bit too slow and got to get out there a little bit quicker and show his hands.
Win a party with Shaquille O'Neal. Enter now. There's the QR code, shaq.nbl.com.au as well. You can enter there. A party with Shaq. I wonder what that entails. I wouldn't mind winning that prize and finding out, but I think it would have all the bells and whistles. So make sure you enter for your chance for that trip of a lifetime. Sobey draws the Bullets level again.
You see a bit of kind of three-quarter court pressure just to take some time off the clock here for the Breakers. Disrupt as they drop back into a zone, now back into a man, and
McDowell White takes them on and gets to the rim. Superb.
That's a great play by McDowell White. Harrison just too late up on the show on that on ball, and he's able to get past, and he's too good of an athlete to give that much room.
Tyler Johnson. Gack. Sobey. Has taken a Brisbane hand. Here's McDowell White.
Well, again, just gets around that screen. Help comes too late, and you need to meet him early, or Harrison out on that screen needs a hard show and not let him turn that corner. But it's good to see Will get on the scoreboard, his first bucket.
Brantley, 7 points. Glidden decided not to finish there underneath. Brantley on the spin. Can't find a way through White, but somehow over the top for 2.
Well, he's just too good. He's too big down there. He takes his time, and even though the help came, it came too late, and just able to finish his the Bullets with their 7th turnover of the quarter. Is obviously way too many. You want to aim for 10 to 12 a game, and to have 7 by not even quarter time, no doubt that'll be talked about by the Bullets.
They're the worst defenders for it in the competition across the season, the Bullets. This is the biggest lead that the Breakers have enjoyed so far. Brantley, why not? Runs into Baines. Baines gets it to Johnson. Two seconds between game and shot clock. Johnson spin move, and in it goes.
Look, it's a good finish, tough finish at the hoop. Here, Vanderjack calling one shot. If you're the Bullets, you want to hope you don't give up a score here, as
Chance for Rasmus Bach. Not far away. So the Breakers will lead at quarter time. Brisbane did lead by as much as 7 in that first quarter, but it is the Breakers by 2. Thursday night hoops, round 17 in the Hungry Jacks NBL. The Brisbane Bullets have won their last 3. They made a good start here before the Breakers worked their way back into it to take a 2-point lead at quarter time. Scouts in the house, watching Ryan Repair. Might be taking a bit of a look at this man as well and enjoying what he's produced in the first quarter. Jarrell Brantley, 9 points in that first quarter. Aaron Baines has had 8 points, 2 rebounds. Might have got a gift as well along the way, Gibbo.
Well, I did say that dunk we just seen was his easiest 2 points he'll get, but the missed tip out by Rob Lowe.
Steal from Sobey.
As you see, Sobey.
Another dunk.
In the open court. Rob Lowe's missed tip out actually goes to Aaron Baines, who is the captain of the team. So without even touching the ball, Baines gets 2 points.
Are you going to say it again?
Work? How would that work at Southeast Melbourne?
Well, we got 3 co-captains, so do we get like 0.75 or whatever it is, 0.66 each?
Jarrell Brantley is scoring from anywhere on the floor right now. He's up to 12 points, 4 or 6 shooting, and the Bullets going to have to lock into him if they're going to have any chance to win this game.
DJ Mitchell off the glass, doesn't go. And that is a New Zealand. Let's have a look at the Amy replay here. New Zealand are going to have the ball. This was Sobey at the start of this second quarter. Another dunk, another 500. Into the bank to battle prostate cancer. With thanks to Sportsbet.
See here, great defense by Tom Abercrombie. Wall straight up and sneaky little push off by DJ Mitchell. Gets called for the offensive foul.
Abercrombie the lob. No, couldn't get on the end of it.
Probably not someone you want to be throwing lobs to is Rob Lowe. It's kind of, I don't know if he's always been an athlete, Creaky, but probably later in his career he's more a pick and pop 3-point shooter than a athlete to the ring for a lob.
And you like Tom Abercrombie, you know, one of his huge skill sets is coming off that down action.
DJ Mitchell with 3 to level the scores.
Coming off that down screen action and playing in that little kind of mid-range area, the little floater, the little elbow pull-up. That's right in his bag, and he needs to be more aggressive and take that.
Repair open, paddles out, Baines the rebound.
Another great play by McDowell White. Great wide open look for a three, and they'll start to drop the more he shoots those.
Kicks it out, Baines. White, no good. Repair comes away. Breakers, transition. Brantley. Dal White. Oh, yes, he is a class.
Well, he had that going against Sydney Kings in their last game. Would have had 4 or 5 floaters just like that. Able to score around the hoop in many different ways. And the scouts should be there watching him as well.
Brantley with the big block and the flex on Johnson as well. Open look now, Abercrombie knocks down the 3, and they're out by 5.
Will McDowell-White's controlling this whole game. He got Repair for a wide open shot that missed, scored himself to the hoop, and then found his wily veteran Abercrombie for a wide open 3 as well.
Grab.
You see here Brantley doing it on both ends of the floor, and McDowell-White just takes his time, finds a wide open 3 in the corner, and Tom steps up and knocks it down.
Jarrell Brantley, 12 points. So far this evening, continuing his superb form. Tyler Johnson started tonight. Doesn't go. No Jason Kadee due to concussion. I believe a concussion sustained a couple of games back, but delayed symptoms. Pardon, and underneath Repair on the reverse. The tip in from Pardon had to finish it off.
And Will McDowell-White again, just making the right play. Good screen, short little roll, finds him in a little high post area, and Repair does a great job of cutting, getting on the rim. Just got to go and finish that one.
Johnson's lob, Baines did brilliantly.
Baines, he takes his total up to 10 points. Giving Pardon his second foul as well. It's a big call now for New Zealand. With you sit him down and you sit him the rest of the quarter, or do you roll the dice and keep playing him?
One shot.
I think you roll it out. I think this is what the Bullets fans and supporters have been wanting from Baines. Like, no doubt he can shoot the 3, and he's been able to do that in the NBA setting, but to be able to get inside and deep post catches and to be able to score inside the paint is what they've needed, and it's good to see him finally doing that.
He's averaged 11.3 points per game, Aaron Baines, this season. Again, McDowell-White makes the right decision, and the 2-hand jam from Pardon.
Well, he's just having fun out there. No-look pass. Again, took his time, looked off the defense and found his big at the hoop.
Breakers is just starting to take the momentum in this second quarter. Open look for Brantley. Timeout time surely here for Greg Vanderjack and the Bullets as the lead balloons to 9, the biggest of the game.
Well, look at this by McDowell-White. Takes his time. No-look pass. Looks off Brantley and hits his big for the finish.
Well, McDowell-White's had a real influence, and Gibbo and Creek, you've been loving his work tonight. He spoke with Derek Rucker prior to the game.
In the D-Ruck point guard power rankings, I've got you ranked number 2 in the NBL right now. Is that a fair ranking, Will?
I'll leave it up to you. You're the expert, so I won't get into that right now.
What do you think's been the big difference in your improved play this season?
Just Modi giving me the confidence to just run the team. You know, it's something I've never done before, and it was a challenge I was excited to take on, and yeah, right now it's looking pretty good.
Number 2, did he say in the D-Ruck power rankings?
Well, I want to ask D-Ruck who he's got number 1. You know, if this is Corey Homicide putting his tips in, he'd be the starting point guard, the All-Star 5 right now. So that changes every day, but he's been incredible. His playmaking, it's been a masterclass this first half. He's 4 points, but what's he up to? Only a couple of assists. I'm not sure if that's correct, but he's all over the place.
Well, he's been outstanding, guys, and as you know, he's floated around a little bit from team to team all over the world, but he's finally found a place where he fits in New Zealand. And it was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, a funny question about being number 2. but I really have him up there. If you look at the advanced metrics, he's one of the leaders in the competition in net rating, which measures how good the team is with him on the floor. And honestly, I've got him in my top 10 local players. He's a guy that you want to build around.
I want to know who your number one is, D-Ruck.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
He's working on it. It's the big reveal. It's all about the slow reveal. And the Breakers, they're revealing some of their best in this second quarter. It's been a huge swing the way of the Breakers. Been so strong with their defense this season. Going to work with their offense here in the second quarter. Concede the fewest points on average of any team in the competition. There he is again, McDowell White.
What
He's having a night
right now. He plays in such a pace and such a poise at the same time, where one time he comes off and he's looking to pass, the next time he kind of goes a little bit quicker and gets on the rim, makes the two. He's throwing look-away dimes. He's playing in every part of the floor, every level of the game right now. It's such a high level. It's really beautiful to watch here as a spectator and a fan of him as well.
Nothing's falling at the moment for the Bullets. Repair into the paint. And he'll go to the line. Foul called on Sobey.
Just a little hesitation dribble, just gets Baines just to potentially pause a little bit, and easy finish, and good attack there by Repair. Hopefully he can get himself going from the foul line. As all shooters know, you see a couple going from the foul line, and it gives you that much more confidence to shoot from outside.
Just the 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Repair so far. All right, Burgers are in play here. Older brother might be a little bit more aware than younger brother, although now he's cottoned onto it. Look of disappointment.
The disappointment is real.
It just sinks in.
I got to say,
we ain't getting Burgers.
I was at the Phoenix game, and there was a couple of opportunities, and it does get a little disheartening when you think you're going to get some cheesies.
Sobey. We've seen a few times tonight that Statman doesn't want to pull the trigger, but he goes baseline and finds a finish, and one.
On the play, that's on Brown Jr. Yes, correct. So you call the block? Call block. So we don't have the fake warning. Fantastic. Point count. There's on 5, pink, block. Greg, there's no fake warning here on Brown because there is a blocking foul.
No flop warning?
Nah,
no, that's so the foul's on Brown, not Pardon?
No, Brown.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Barry Brown Jr. trying to get his hands on that Foot Locker voucher.
And with Pardon already having 2 personal fouls to his name, Greg just wanted to be clear that it wasn't Pardon.
See if he can smooth the foul Pardon's way for his 3rd.
Here is Pardon. Cody Statman has averaged 5 minutes 45 per game, but he might get some more minutes tonight. Nice block from Harrison. Statman already this evening, just tick over 5 minutes on court. 214 centimetres of Harrison involved there. And now Statman.
It's been good early. A couple of really nice passes to Baines. Some good takes on the rim, and
Bullets keep it alive. Johnson, Statman. And now Sobey. Sobey drives, kicks it out. Mitchell pulls the trigger, knocks down the 3. And a timeout called as the margin is cut back to 7 points. It had been out to 12.
They're just doing a good job just to hang around as we see Statman, that length, and able to get the block, and Sobey, great penetration, great kick out, and DJ Mitchell, he's been doing this all season. Those knockdown 3s and putting his hand out to be re-signed for next year. Creepy.
How many dunks do you think we're up to tonight? 4, 5?
6.
6? Yeah, let's make it 6. Round it up to 6. So Dunkuary, of course, with thanks to Sportsbet. For every dunk in January, $500 goes to Australian Prostate Cancer. Now, coming into the game tonight, there'd been 150 dunks in January, totalling 75,000. So Creaky's added another 6, 156 dunks. Quick maths, another $3 in the kick, 78,000. Keep them coming, lads.
Thank you, Mother,
Keep
for the
them
rabbits.
coming. Fantastic, they can do a lot with that. It's an extremely important cause in this country.
Still a lot of games left to go this weekend as well, so see if we can hit the $100,000 mark.
It's a lot of dunks.
It's a lot of dunks.
Better go do some yoga this week.
Do a nice bit of acting in the Dunkueri promo as well, Creaky. I know you're a big Netflix man. I think there might be some roles on offer for you.
Well, I had a chance for a putback dunk in the game, but I was a bit cactus in that one. And barely got off the ground and just missed it. It looked good, but didn't count for anything.
I'm not used to being that high, Creaky.
I got lightheaded and had a nosebleed. I was that high.
So the Bullets have found a little something here. It looked like it was getting away from them in this second quarter.
Drop back into a 2-3 zone just to disrupt. And
Liafa bounce past Pardon, confronted. Liafa kicks it. Brown finishes it.
That's a great extra pass by Liafa. Hit his 6th Man of the Year candidate for a wide open 3. And that's what you want. You see his zone. If you can knock down a 3 or 2, we'll soon get Bullets to drop out of that 2-3 zone and go back to a matchup.
And can we almost lock that in, 6th Man of the Year? Like, is there anyone else in the conversation that is playing at the level of...
Brown the steal, Pardon the finish. 2 more, and it's back out to 12 all of a sudden. Sorry, Creaky.
On cue with another assist for the 6th Man of the Year. But, Gibbo, do you have anyone else in that conversation right now? Because, in my opinion, he's not just a 6th Man of the Year. He's been an MVP candidate coming off the bench. He's got to be almost a shoo-in and a sure thing.
Oh, no question, he is. I know he started a few games, and I'm hoping that doesn't wreck his eligibility, but by far he will be the 6th Man of the Year. He's in MVP talks as well, so if you're in MVP talks and you're coming off the bench, fair chance you're going to win that award. But 20-plus points a game, pretty much 4 or 5 assists. He's been phenomenal, and if he can stay healthy, Breakers will get a championship run a real crack.
Be quite the story coming from 10th last season and having not been part of the playoffs the last 4 seasons. Brown on cue. Biggest lead of the game, 14 points.
Brown takes his tally up to 9 points right now, 4 or 6 from the floor, but he's just everywhere right now, and he's the man that's really starting to push this lead out for New Zealand when it looked like Brisbane were going to take a bit more control back.
Well, Bullets' offense is crumbling right now, and the Breakers are stepping up their defense, and good defense leads to good offense. They've been able to get out in transition and
knocked out of Glidden's hands there by Rasmus Bark.
You see the second quarter, 13-25. Bullets up to 10 turnovers for the game so far.
Brown. Glidden.
That's what
trouble Bullets.
That's what he's been told to do. Step in, knock down 3-point shots.
White thought about it. Instead, Tyrell Harrison. Sobey can't find any clear air. Kicks it out. White for 3. Rattles out. Rasmus Bark fights hard, but Glidden with the rebound.
If you're Brisbane right now, I really think you need to kind of make a few substitutions, get Baines back in. He's been great down low. Nice, solid place to throw the ball and make some smart plays.
That is a long way off the mark from Rowe. Derek Rucker is courtside for us. Derek.
And guys, you can see the damage those turnovers do. New Zealand 16 points off of turnovers in 1 half only, and Sobey hits a bomb to settle things a little bit. But it's just so demoralizing to a team when the Breakers go down there and they're laying it up and dunking on the other end.
Glidden gets an open look. A little long on the shot. Harrison the rebound. That timeout was taken. The lead was 7 points. The Bullets had pegged it back to, and in the blink of an eye, Breakers had taken it out to 14. On the reverse, White finds 2 more to reduce it to 12.
Well, no doubt Modi would have talked about the defensive effort, and the Breakers turned the heat up. They got some turnovers, and that leads to good offense. They had to knock down some shots.
Brantley spinning. He's such a good player. He's up to 17 points, Jarrell Brantley.
And he's so strong. Like, you look at how he's just built. He looks like an NFL linebacker out there, and he's got great handle on the ball. He can shoot it. He can finish on the ring.
2 shots for Nathan Sobey.
But he's definitely, you know, even for myself out there, playing against some of these 4-men, there's a lot of talented 4s in this league this year, but, you know, he's right up there with some of the best we've had in that position.
You get the ball together, then he goes up. You lose it, and then you get fouled. Let's go. Rob, not now. Let's go.
Rob has given his marching orders.
Off you go, Rob, to the bench before you get yourself a tech foul.
I don't even know. He just stands there and you put it in. Like, what do you want? I'm a bit.
Lots of interesting conversations are happening out there at the moment. Sobey into double figures. I mentioned off the top that he'd just been a little off in the scoring department the last couple of games. 8 points against the Hawks, 9 against the 36ers. Up to 11 tonight.
Five assists to go along with that. It's a great first half by Nathan Sobey.
And exactly what was needed from him in the absence of Jason Kadee. He played 274 games in a row, Jason Kadee, and only missed 1 match. A possible 367 since his debut. Prior to tonight, what a finish. Barry Brown.
Basket, 24.
There it is, Nitro.
You see the replay. It's one of my favourite shots, the floater. Big man stepping up, thinking he can block your shot, and you just lob it just over the top where he can't quite reach it. And every guard should have a floater in their package.
7 points in this second quarter for Brown, whose influence has been profound. 3 assists on the night, 1 rebound. And 12 points. 4 in the first quarter, 8 in the second. Under 5 seconds to go until halftime. DJ Mitchell from halfway. Off the mark. And the Breakers have made their move in the second quarter. A 15-point lead for the New Zealand Breakers over the Brisbane Bullets as they look to make it 2 wins in a row and really kickstart their season again. Derek Rucker will head down to courtside, and he has got the man of the moment with him, Derek.
Barry, great first half from yourself. You were out for an extended period of time. I watched you train on Tuesday. You looked really sharp. What was your mindset coming out here in this first half?
Man, I'm just trying to get back and get us a win today, man. I'm just trying to go out there and do whatever I can on offense and defense to help us win.
You're up by 15 at the break. What's going to be the key in the second half? You're going to keep coming hard with the offense, or you're going to try and focus more on locking those Bullets offense down?
I mean, we do both. We're trying to continue to take good shots and make good shots on offense, but on the defensive end, we're trying to stay with the scout, limit guys good shots and rebound.
Thanks for your time, Barry. Back to you guys.
He's had a great first half. The Breakers have had a great first half. Sobey's done his bit in the absence of Jason Kadee, but it is the New Zealand Breakers in a strong position. They lead by 15 points at halftime, 55-40.
Baseline take from Jarrell Brantley puts the Breakers back up.
Just a beautiful rip.
You know, the game brings out, and when you watch me play, it's so many expressions, so much passion. It brings out so much in me, so I want to stay grounded. I just try to do things to stay balanced, stay focused. Trusting your habits, trusting your work ethic, and keeping good people around you, like Modi, like our teammates. When I'm having my bad days, I need somebody to say, it's okay, get up. And when I'm having my best day, it's like, hey, you still gotta work on that.
You gotta learn this shit, man. You gotta learn this shit.
That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to come to New Zealand, because of that family. I don't want to be around a group that allows me to cheat, because I naturally don't want to cheat.
The Brantley boys, Jamal and Jarrell will line up, and that is a damn good story.
My brother being here has been tremendous, just because, like I said, I grew up, you know, playing basketball because of him. When I think about my work ethic, he was the first one to show me how to not cut curves.
Brantley, patient, puts it up with one on the shot clock. High archer.
Everybody has a perfect piece to why they're a part of the puzzle, and being able to craft that and figure out yours is important.
I say we should be starting to talk about him as Defensive Player of the Year.
I learn from everybody I can, even the dudes who don't play or people in the background, why they've succeeded. I'm kind of weird about what I can steal from people.
Brantley, right in front of the Adelaide bench.
That's a tough shot.
Right now, I just want to enjoy where I'm at. There's so much here, so much green grass for me just to enjoy and express who I am.
Sunday transaction from Jarrell Brantley.
Wherever I am, I want my value to show.
He's having a huge influence on the NBL, isn't he? And if he wants to be here, I think we'll keep him, won't we, for as long as we can. He's having another big impact tonight as well, Gibbo.
Yeah, he looks like a great teammate as well. He scores from all over the floor. Like I said before, he holds his teammates accountable. He can post up. He can shoot the three. He can obviously score above the hoop. It's his defensive work as well, though. Liam mentioned that in that call, that potential Defensive Player of the Year. He blocks shots. He guards anyone on the floor. He can sit down and guard guards. He can guard bigs in the post. Knock down threes in the corner. He's scored everywhere tonight, and 17 points at the half is a great first half for him.
What have you seen out on court coming up against Jarrell Brantley this year, Creaky?
I mean, he's such a big body, he's so athletic, and he's got great poise and great timing, like Gibbo said, but he plays both ends and he keeps his teammates accountable, and that's something that a lot of people from overseas coming in don't always do. They're sometimes here to go and get the points on the board and try and get the wins that way, but when someone plays all the parts of the game of basketball, it makes them even more enticing to keep, not just 1 year, but multiple years, and you see that with some other great talented imports we have in Bryce Cotton, but you know, he's a guy that we hope to keep in the NBL because he's such an amazing talent. But in saying that, he may not be here very long with the NBA scouts sitting courtside tonight.
Just usher them out the door and don't let them see too much, eh? 15 points is the lead to the Breakers over the Bullets. Here are the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights.
You see DJ Mitchell there, tough finish. Brownlee's been a focus. For me, it's been Will McDowell-White, Barry Brown Jr. The two guards of the Breakers have really led the way and set a scene, and the Bullets, if they're going to come back in the second half, they've got to shut down these two guards. They're making plays all over the floor, pretty much doing whatever they want, especially off the on-balls. You see Sobey's a breakaway dunk. Just a poise from McDowell-White to hit Harden under the hoop. The Breakers, their defense in the second quarter stepped up. They got a lot of turnovers. We've talked about 10 turnovers is way too many, and you leave this man on an island one-on-one, he's going to make you pay.
So the Breakers were able to outscore the Bullets 33 points to 20 in that second quarter, and there are the stats. To the halftime break, 50% from outside the arc. The Breakers will be pretty happy with that. Brantley 17 points. So 55-40, the Breakers over the Bullets. Second half action coming up.
All right, I'll have a sleep. I'll catch us all later.
Welcome to NBL Weekenders, a series where your favourite hoopers will jump off the court and onto the tools with help of the team at Bunnings.
Just pulling up at Bunnings. I think I need a new fire pit. Thank you. Probably 4 of these, perfectly around. This is me, we'll get this one in the car. You've made this trip so much easier because I had no idea. All right, 4 chairs done. Fire pit will just go perfectly in the middle here. Everything's matched up and hopefully it all finishes the way it started.
My name is Maggie Centenera. I'm a University of Adelaide and SAMRI Research Fellow, and I work on trying to improve ways of detecting, treating and managing prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed in Australian men. This year alone, 24,000 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer and almost 3,000 of those will die. The Dunk Your Era campaign is donating $500 for every dunk in January across the NBL to Australian prostate cancer research. These funds will help us find new and better treatments and overcome treatment resistance, which is where we see the most deaths from prostate cancer. If I could say one thing to Australian men, it's please go and get tested, because if we can detect prostate cancer early, we can save your life.
It's so important that every dollar helps. Every dunk is helping through the month of Dunkuary. $78,000 raised so far. $500 for every dunk across January, courtesy of Sportsbet getting behind prostate cancer. Second half underway. DJ Mitchell, no good with his 3 attempt. He's not happy. Shot the 3 ball at almost 48% this season, DJ Mitchell. Dal White. Repair. Brantley. Into the paint he goes on the spin. Normal coverage resumed.
Just another day at the office. You cannot leave that man one out. You must send help. He can score in too many different ways, and great first set by the Breakers to go back to their weapon.
If you're Brisbane now, Gibbo, are you setting the double team on his catch?
Absolutely. I would have done that to start the game. Set a tone, set a tempo, be aggressive, play on the front foot, and he's comfortable now, so he'll see a double team and just make a read off it. Now someone else is going to be able to be open. And
that's good stuff there from White. Play goes on, ball stayed in, Pardon off the mark. Sobey, 11 points in the first half. And the drive kicks it out. White to Johnson. Has to fall and does.
That's better offense by the Bullets. Great penetration. Great extra pass. Good to great. And Tyler Johnson gets a 3 to drop.
Brantley round the baseline, and Abercrombie knocks down the 3. They're playing this game on their terms, the Breakers.
And you spoke about it perfectly, Gibbo. The help comes from the baseline, not a double team, but early rotation from that weak side help, and just makes a great play. And Tom Abercrombie with his second 3.
Oh, okay.
Things are getting heated.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, we're good, but that pissed me off when he comes in. Come on.
Brantley and Baines. Big man able to calm himself over the course of a few seconds, but he was fired up there.
Tell you what, that'd be a heck of an arm wrestle. Those 2 guys.
You see,
who's winning that, Gibbo? Give us your voting.
Well,
arm wrestle right now. Throw it down. Who you got?
I don't have the team that
that's a tough one.
I
got my man Bainesy.
I'm telling Brantley now. I'm going to text him and tell him.
He's not happy. Just watch here. Bainesy gives Nico a little slap on the chest saying we're good. Nico probably felt that thing like a rock. Calms him down, and Snowdale will take a look at this.
2 enormous men. And those little referees in there like ice hockey refs to break it up really quickly.
And they're such nice referees too, that he's got such a nice little accent.
We've got that. That's
righto. Getting a bit fruity now, Aaron.
Please don't do that.
No, that's too much. That's a heat of the moment exchange right there.
I know.
And then I calm down. So don't come up, Nico. Come on, that's crazy.
Aaron, give me credit here.
But
You gotta give me credit. Let's go.
Give him a hug, Baines.
1-1, bottom middle. Let's go.
Squeeze him, Bainesy.
So he started out being angry with Brantley and ended up being angry with Nico.
Oh, great work there by Nico. Calm the situation down. He's just trying to have a chat. And we move on. I like it.
I think that was actually really good refereeing.
Absolutely.
Decisive. Repair on the drive. Draws the foul. Baines' eyes get a little wider.
Look, it's danger time for anyone around Baines at the moment. He needs to calm down as Statman, the young fella, trying to pull him in and calm him down. As great attack there by Repair. Shows his athleticism to the hoop.
2.
Repair with 3 points now, 4 points on the night. 1 of 5 from the field.
Just wait 1 second.
2 rebounds and 2 assists.
The foul was on, so they're just gonna. All right, so the foul's been changed to 6. Yep. Okay. No problem.
The foul is on Statman. It's been confirmed.
But we mentioned about the scouts being in there, and he's had some great looks, but D-Rock, have you noticed there's any nerves with the young fella? I feel like he's had some good looks in the first half. They just haven't dropped. Is that potential nerves with the extra eyes there in the crowd watching?
Well, I think he looks pretty poised, Gibbo. He looks like he's playing hard, he's alert, but I think with the jump shot, I just don't think his technique is there yet. And that's something that's going to take time to work on. Also in transition, it is imperative. Johnson launches a bomb, and that's a 24-second violation. But back to my point, when you're one-on-one in transition, as you guys know, it's imperative that you get your hips by the defender's hips, and I haven't seen him do that just yet.
D-Ruck with his eyes courtside. Gives a great overview of what's taking place. Repair. Out to Brantley, open look, 3 points.
Well, that's great play. We just mentioned about Repair. Usually the scouts, you knock down the three-point shot, play defense, but if he can use on balls like this, take his time, get into the paint and make great passes to his teammates that are wide open, that's what the scouts will love as well.
There's a bit of that energy he was speaking about during the halftime feature.
And he's having fun right now. He's in a rhythm. You know, Brisbane aren't really understanding the coverages too well. The communication's not just there at the moment. You got guard on guard. Could be an easy switch with Brantley, and if they throw it in the post, you can send that double team. But right now, he's running around just having a merry old time.
22 points for Brantley tonight, Derek.
And Creaky
Baines can't finish.
Oh, wow. Baines has got to finish that one, doesn't he?
He's rattled.
Creaky is a good time, though. With the lead building up, and you've gone through this NBA experience with scouts watching you, do you start to press it a little bit yourself, knowing that there are guys here trying to see you impress, or you just kind of play the game as it is?
No, you don't change just because the game has changed a little bit. Whether the league gets pushed out like this or not, there's a reason why it's being extended. And right now, it's the great basketball, the ball movement, and the defensive prowess for the New Zealand Breakers. So you keep that up, you stay the course, you steady the ship. You know, you don't let momentum go back to Brisbane, and you make solid plays right now if you're on Repair. You do that, that's going to appeal more to the NBA scouts than going out there trying to go one-on-one and make something happen yourself.
Well, the finals are approaching. This, the 15th to last of the regular season games before the finals, and a new look finals series coming your way in the NBL, the play-in tournament, the seeding qualifier. Now, currently, they are third, the New Zealand Breakers. And they will get a second chance in that first final. They would host the first final in the seeding qualifier. The play-in qualifier then would go through. The winner of that match, 6, would go out. The winner of the seeding qualifier straight through to the semis, where 1 and 2 have already progressed. It'll be a 3-game semi-final series and then a 5-game championship series. So there's a bit to work your way through, a bit to get your head around. but a lot of great basketball to come.
Well, there is in some high-pressure games. Obviously, the winner of 3 and 4, like you just said, goes straight through to the semi-finals. 4th, you get a second chance. So these games are huge to finish in that top 4 to get that second chance. And these Breakers, they'll be hoping, they'll be trying to get up to second spot and not have to worry about the play-in tournament. So if they keep playing like this, they may just very well do that.
So Cairns currently 64% win-loss ratio. Johnson drives, gets to the rim, and the Breakers 58.3 at the moment. So Cairns 16 wins, 9 losses with 3 matches to come, and New Zealand 14 wins, 10 losses with another 3 games as well. And they're going, unless something crazy happens here, to register their 15th win of the season, which would put them only 1 win behind Cairns Taipans in second. It's that time of year where you hear the word permutations used, and there are all sorts of them. With every single game from here, the 14 to come in the regular season after tonight, all of them involve teams and will have a bearing on where they finish and whether they play finals and how high they finish on the table. So there are no dead rubbers from here. All right, Will McDowell-White. He's been trying all night. He's had chewing gum and icy poles, but no cheeseburgers, that young lad. Oh, well, next time.
Next time. Well, I think they're playing, you're right, any loss for those kind of 4 to 6, 7 teams is going to be crucial, and it makes every game exciting. It means you have to score points, run up the scoreboard if you're ahead. Keep the games close if you're behind, and percentages come into play as Tyler Johnson knocks down a 3. And again, he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to see more of the ball. Up to 12 points on 11 shots.
I mean, if you're a real whiz on a calculator, Gibbo, and I know you were very handy at maths at school, you can actually come up with an equation that has Adelaide still making the finals. That's a real long shot, but Mitch Creek's Southeast Melbourne Phoenix with the win over Cairns Taipans last night have given themselves a very, very strong chance, but not totally confirmed yet. Creaky?
Yeah, you asked me before we started tonight what the deal was with finals, and I just said, look, mate, I got no idea. I don't want to know. The more we win and the more points we win by, the better for us. So it's amazing. You know, the play-in tournament was something, a little bit of speculation early on in the season between everybody, fans and players included. But as the season's gone on, and then all of a sudden, a few weeks ago, someone goes, oh, there could be 42 teams finished with 16 wins and could be the craziest season ever. It's looking like it's going that way. And as you said, you know, only a week or so to go, and it could very well happen that way. So it's exciting to be a part of it. It's exciting to commentate the games and watch the pressure build for some teams. But yeah, New Zealand have got to win these games to try and lock in that top 2 to go through it and not play in that little play-in tournament.
And Gibbo, Melbourne United currently outside the top 6, so they're not part of the equation, but they're threatening to be. They've won their past 5. 8 of their past 9 come from the clouds, and they are nipping at the heels of the Perth Wildcats and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
Well, absolutely. There's someone to look out for, and they obviously have to win their games to make that top 6, but they're in hot form. They've got their roles locked in. They know where they want to play, how they want to play. Golding's been great. Obviously, Shayili out is a big loss for them. He's the head of their snake, their best defender, sets the scene, so that's going to be huge. But Xavier XRM can step up, and he's shown he can take over a game as well. So they'll make some noise this last week as well.
Aaron Baines has not got things going the way he wants them to at all at the moment.
Yeah, I know, but I've still got it. Last hand is yours.
Yep. He's seeing the game very differently to the officials at the moment. Sydney Kings are interesting because they've been so excellent again this season in their championship defence, but they have dropped their last 2 games. And tomorrow night they play the Jack Jumpers down at My State Bank Arena as well, so that's going to be an awesome game.
Oh, that'll be a tough game, but I'm not worried about 2 losses for the reigning champs. They've got too many weapons, too many stars. They won't be concerned about that at all. They're sitting pretty up top of the ladder, and they'll make a lot of noise come finals time.
I just don't think you can make the same case as you could maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, that this competition was just a one-horse race. Really does open up from here. Tom Vodanovic. Breakers' high score of the season was actually in their win earlier this year over the Brisbane Bullets. 116 points. They're just really dictating here. Sobey will have the ball. Easy finish for White underneath.
White's been quiet tonight. Only with the 4 points at the moment, but someone who struggled to really get it going as 2 players diving for the ball.
Harry Brown and Rasmus Bark.
Rasmus Bark, that's a great hustle there from both players, but the effort just a little bit more than Brown right there and winning possession for the Bullets.
Just a bit of effort and energy against his old team. A little bit of defensive pressure, and so it would cause a turnover. That's what the Bullets have been missing a little bit. Doesn't take a lot of effort to do that. Just get up and in, apply some pressure, and good things happen. See some all-time greats there. Peter Crawford, Pero Cameron. Olympians.
White, Baines yet to score in this quarter. How about now? No, it's just not happening for him.
Great steal, and Baines, he likes to come over use his left hand on those hooks for the most part. So Roblo did a good job just sending him the other way. And
there is Lowe. Foul called on Rasmus Bark. He will go to the charity stripe. It's been an impressive turnaround at the back end of the season from the Bullets. Being able to string those 3 wins together. If you remember back, it was that embarrassing loss that they sustained to the Sydney Kings. 116 to 67 they were beaten. Also lost 91 to 101 to Melbourne United, and then turned things around. They beat Creaky, Southeast Melbourne, then the Adelaide 36ers, and then the Illawarra Hawks as well. Felt like a team that had had its difficulties was rallying around each other. There was a bit of chemistry forming. The absence of Jason Kadee has clearly had an effect on the Bullets tonight. And a resurgent Breakers to contend with as well. Sobey's done his bit. Gets tangled up. Mitchell the paint at the right hand, doesn't go. Gatt couldn't win it, and Brantley rebounds. 22 points for Jarrell Brantley. 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Brown for 3. Rob Lowe did really well there. And now Brantley. Short. Sobey rebounds.
Sloppy couple of minutes by both teams.
Aaron Baines is still pouring that frustration out. They're the definition of agitation.
Having a good old laugh there with Colin Sapwell. Interesting to know what they were talking about there, Creaky.
Yeah, I reckon it was had to be a funny joke of some sort. I reckon Baines had a couple of rippers to tell just there.
What's he like out on court, Mitch?
He's a character, you know. He's a big man with big energy, and you know he's got a lot of love for the game, and he just plays so hard. And you know, every possession he's up and in, he's throwing his weight around, he's having a laugh, and you know he's the kind of guy that is a great ambassador for basketball in Australia and worldwide. He's represented us at the highest level on the biggest stages, and you know we're graced with his presence this season. Hopefully he continues to find good health and make his way back into the NBA for another stint in his career.
Bullets muscle up on their defence. Rasmus Bark out to DJ. DJ. Gorjok Gap didn't read the play. 18 points the lead to the New Zealand Breakers. Well, that's a welcome sight for the Brisbane Bullets and their fans. Brantley's not on the floor at the moment. You can see that career high that he's closing in on. 42 points for Brantley tonight. 9 in the first quarter, 8 in the second. And he's had 5 in the third quarter. Just over a minute to go. Pardon? No good.
Just love the offense by the Breakers. Run some great sets. They get the ball inside into the post. They play great inside-outside basketball. They use pick and rolls really well. They get a great variety. Where they find a mismatch, they go to it and they go back and back and back and keep going until it stops working.
Barry Brown.
One-on-one.
White rebounds. Sobey in transition for the Bullets. Brown has shown no effects of the groin injury that kept him out. Glidden. Isaiah Liapa. The offensive foul called on Tom Berdanovic.
Brisbane just closing this one out, making it a bit more of a ball game. That lead earlier got out to 25 points, and Brisbane starting to sneak back into this one.
In the last quarters this season, that had real issues with them, the Brisbane Bullets, but in recent times, they've turned that around. Sobey, no good. Did they do something exceptional in the last quarter?
Take a look at that by Barry Brown. Just a lead in the open court. Gets to the hoop with the up and under.
That is three-quarter time at Nissan Arena. A 20-point lead to the Breakers over the Bullets. Is there a fight back? I'm not sure. The Breakers look in control with their 20-point lead. The Brisbane Bullets looking for consecutive wins. Jarrell Brantley's just continued his superb run of form of late. Did a number on the Bullets last time they played in round 8. He's doing it again. He's got Aaron Baines all fired up. And he himself has 22 points, Jarrell Brantley. 2 rebounds, 3 assists tonight, 2 steals as well. Final quarter action underway. Just fossicking around at the back end of that quarter, Gibbo, much to your amusement, looking for a little stat around quarters. And the Brisbane Bullets have won only 5 last quarters all season. All season, but they've won their last 4. So this shows a bit of a turnaround in the way they're finishing it. And perhaps that's attitudinal, is it, in a way, that there's a feeling that they can run out games, that they're in games, that they can not throw in the towel, but not just capitulate in the same way that they had earlier in the season.
Yeah, obviously those games, they won, most of those games. So when you're winning games, you're ahead. Obviously, you're probably going to win 4th quarters, but I think a big part of their change around is having a healthy team. That's when they started to win the games, when they had a full roster of players to choose from, and obviously a few injuries have come in, and more so tonight, and it kind of shows. But yeah, 5 for the whole season is not great.
So Pardon, 12 points now for him. DJ Mitchell, all wide. That is not what we've seen from him this season.
And just quick offense there from Brisbane. DJ Mitchell, yeah, he's coming off that pin down, but first 5 seconds of the shot clock and 2 guys kind of running at him. He's got a wide open Borjak Gak rolling to the rim.
Pardon. On Gak, left-hand finish. Outstanding from Pardon, and one more.
That's a man's move, Gibbo.
Oh, it is just great offense. Give the man the ball in the post, one-on-one, no help. You're going to win that every time. So I love how the Breakers, they run their offense, they go back to the same thing over and over again. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And him, Pardon, Brantley, throw them the ball, good things going to happen when they catch in the block.
So he has scored all 5 points in this final quarter, Derek Pardon. The run home from the New Zealand Breakers. Melbourne United at home. Illawarra Hawks away. And then the Bullets back here at Nissan Arena again. So their run home is pretty good. That Melbourne United game coming up will be very interesting, as United are in excellent form, looking to find a way into that play-in tournament. Johnson elects to pull the trigger, and it works.
Johnson's been on one tonight. Shooting the ball well, but this man all season, I think he needs to be getting those field goal attempts up earlier on in these seasons next time he starts playing, because when he's shooting the ball and being aggressive, Brisbane are a whole different team to play against.
Sobey, 11 points tonight. All of those in the first half. Kicks it out to White. White to Johnson. Johnson for 3 more, rattles out this time.
Again, great offense. I think for the Bullets, the question is going to be in the off-season, can Johnson and Sobey play together?
The Arthur from long range. It's their night, all right.
Izzy just walked into that one. DJ Mitchell picks him up in transition. Can't even say my own name right.
Mitchell. It's great offense by the Breakers.
There we go. There's a nice highlight for the Bullets as Borjak Gak goes upstairs.
Chalk that 500 up to Dunkueri.
We've seen at least 7 tonight, haven't we, Craigie? Amy replay.
Well,
that's
just disrespect to the Alpha. He's run away from the 3-point line. It's a wide open shot. Great poise by Johnson to throw it up to Gak for the 2-hand flush.
DJ Mitchell sits down. Very good. Vodanovic, but the Breakers with the offensive board. Liafa, repair. Too slick.
Through a rocket.
Through the hands of Abercrombie. Harden, Liafa, Abercrombie, repair, and Vodanovic on court for the Breakers. Gack, White, the third. Johnson, Baines, and Sobey for the Bullets. So we know the New Zealand Breakers are going to be finishing inside the top 6. Baines, that sums up his night, really. When you think about what they've done and where they've come from and the difficulties they've had in recent years, it's a real credit to Modi Mayor and the team, what they've been able to do. Question of how high they can finish. Could they sneak their way into second? Baines and Vodanovic tangle up. A three-pointer.
You really love to see
Johnson.
it. You really love to see it from the New Zealand Breakers as well this season. As you said, you know, down to the bottom last year, but for the last couple of years in the NBL, the New Zealand Breakers have absolutely sacrificed everything for this league to survive. And you got to tip your hat and, you know, credit where credit's due. You know, they had a really tough schedule. They're always on the road. They were playing in other teams' home gyms on, you know, as a technical home game for them. And without, you know, their efforts and sacrifices of, you know, successful seasons, we wouldn't have had a league. So, you know, you like seeing this from New Zealand Breakers. Even playing against them, you shake their hand and you know, you say all the best because they've had a hard run and now they're reaping the benefits of that tough few years.
Vodanovic. And your chance to win a beautiful electric vehicle, the MG ZS EV, valued at over $45,000. You can enter now via nbl.com.au/winmg. It's a beautiful car. Gazy, you see him all over town in his. Head out the window, talking to the locals.
Beautiful car. That's a great move by Pardon. It's too easy by the Bullets. It's potential to blow out to 30 here, Creaky, if the Bullets don't start locking in and picking up a bit of their intensity.
Yeah, you want to see it. The Brisbane faithful have been fantastic this season of going out and supporting the Bullets. Last couple of games they've had a few wins and those fans have continued to come and support their home team. So you want to try and finish these home games out the right way for your incredible fans.
Nathan Sobey is at the line.
Looking
for his first points of the second half. Knocks down both. So they're not where they usually are, the Breakers. Average score against them this season is only 81. It's the best in the league, even better than the Jack Jumpers, who are renowned for their defensive work. Still involved, engaged in the game. Baines, foul called, and Baines will be a little more happy with that.
He will, just great penetration by Sobey. Baines much prefers going to his left hand, those little hooks and finishes, and a bit of a soft foul, but keep the big fella happy, send him to the foul line.
Did you say keep him happy or get him happy?
Or get him happy.
He hasn't been happy for a while.
Been seeing red most of this game. But it's a little easy one to go in. Hopefully he can finish this game out strong. 13 points, 5-11 right now for the big fella.
Dal White. How big a threat do they pose, the Breakers, this season, do you think, Gibbo? Where do you rank them amongst the better teams in the competition? Obviously, they've shown they're among them, but where do you see them?
I got them in my top 2. I think they've just got so many weapons. They can score in so many different ways. In the post, with their post players, their pick and roll game's elite. They got shooters. They can stretch the floor, and then they turn up on the defensive end. They can guard in multiple ways as well. Obviously, they can play man-to-man, but one of their best weapons is their bigs can guard, so they can go that switching defense where that's really hard to play against. So if they can stay healthy, they'll challenge.
And that's going to be the key, Gibbo, is can they stay healthy? Because I've got them in my top 3. Sorry with the double diss here, Creaky. I've got you guys when you're fully healthy in my top 4. But it's Cairns, it's New Zealand, and it's Sydney right now as far as I'm concerned, Gibbo.
Sorry, couldn't hear there, Ruck. You just broke up, mate. What'd you say? Can you repeat that? I think we just lost Derek Rucker, guys.
That's D-Ruck's power rankings for the actual teams in the competition, but we still don't know his power rankings #1 in the competition. Can we get a number 1?
I was about to ask. I thought he was just having a nap there that third quarter. We didn't quite hear from him, but he's given us his top 3 teams. I want his #1 point guard in the league. Now, probably going to suggest maybe Barry Brown or potentially Derek Walton Jr., but
I'm going to go, I think Derek Walton Jr. is the best point guard right now. It always helps when your team is leading the competition, and he's done a really good job. He had a few weeks where he was a bit below par, but now he's playing good basketball. But in terms of influence, I really like what Will McDowell-White is doing also. We saw what he did in that second quarter. He just turned this game around.
Absolutely.
Just
right there again.
Kicking it out. Cam Glidden finishing off from outside the arc.
Right on cue. Just a poise, a penetration. Reads the floor so well. Hits Cam Glidden for a wide open 3, and that's what he's been told to do.
Four dimes from Dal White. Glidden again. Bullets ball. Timeout called. 24 points is the lead. 90-66. The Breakers over the Bullets. So New Zealand have this in their control. And it's been a good turnaround from them. Some mitigating circumstances around their lapse in form with illness and issues within the team of that nature. But last 2 wins, taking down the Sydney Kings. And now, a comprehensive victory over the Brisbane Bullets. Gets them moving in the right direction again. Of course, there was that loss to the Illawarra Hawks where Tyler Harvey in New Zealand knocked down a half-court shot to win the game. Had people wondering what was happening with the Breakers. Well, any concerns have been put to bed with their recent performances. Barry Brown Jr. back, looking in fine fettle as well. You can whopper your way to LA. Thanks to Hungry Jack's NBL. Grab any large burger meal at Hungry Jack's and enter your receipt code to win. The prize includes flights, accommodation, spending money and 4 tickets to a basketball game. Enter now, hungryjacks.com.au/WhopperLA. Cody Statman into the paint, drives, can't finish. Repair. Now we're seeing a little bit of tick late in the game for Alex McNaught. Stolen by White.
So these moments are always great for you young guys coming in. They work so hard throughout the year, pre-season, playing against the starting 5, the second 5, every single day, and the majority of the time they do such a good job of competing.
There's a nice dime for him as Glidden knocks down the 3. So McNaught the assist, Glidden the 3. And we've got Daniel Fotu out there as well. Jersey number 42. Guarding DJ Mitchell at the moment.
Big Sam Timmins as well, getting some time.
Rasmus Bark. Some discomfort. Bounce back up. Get his wind back.
Unfortunately, a little elbow to the plums there, Greggy.
Yeah, that one tingles.
Two and a half minutes to go. 27 points, the biggest lead. Bark to try and eat into it. Had a bit of respectability late for the Bullets. That will be the aim from here. Crombie rebounds. McNaught. Pair. McNaught for three. White Jr. rebounds for the Bullets. These two teams will meet again in their last game of the regular season at Nissan Arena again.
Oh, nice move by White.
Skill. The Breakers so far with two strong victories over the Bullets this year in New Zealand. 116-79. Back in round 8. We await the final margin here as Rupair adds another two.
Well, Crafty just finds his way through the paint, splits two defenders, and easy layup to finish.
Timmins enjoying a few minutes out there late in this one. Hunter Clark has come on as well for the Brisbane Bullets. Breakers will have it. On my reckoning, still looking for his first points in the NBL, so maybe he could be coming tonight.
Great to see Hunter get some time. Son of Marty Clark, former AIS head coach. Spent some time on the Boomers program. Colton supporter, but we'll let that one slide, but hopefully he can score some points here and get on the board.
Who's a good team in the AFL, Gibbo? Who's a good team to support, in your trusty opinion?
The Mighty Hawks. We love the Hawthorn Hawks.
You can let us know on Twitter on Gibbo's profile who you think.
Inundated, I'd imagine.
Can't go past a three-peat.
Seems like you're struggling to go past it, Gibbo, because that was a fair while ago.
Doesn't matter. It got that boring every grand final every September. I didn't even watch the third one. So here we go, chalk this up for the Mighty Hawks.
I tell you, if you wait a while, just wait a little while, and there might be another new team in the southernmost state. The Jack Jumpers have set the tone. What they've done down there has certainly made the AFL take the footy scenario down there a little more seriously. So just amazing what the Jack Jumpers have done in Tasmania. It has been so good. Cannot get a ticket to My State Bank Arena. They're talking about enlarging it already to cater for the mass demand. Tomorrow night's going to be enormous there to be rocking for the grand final rematch between the Kings and the Jack Jumpers.
Absolutely, one of the best atmospheres in the NBL by far. So loud in that place, you cannot hear a thing when you work the game. And great to see, and be great for the Tasmanians if they can have an AFL team. Sounds like you might have an inside word.
Down the track, I think it's looking very positive, but the Jack Jumpers will be maybe 3 or 4 championships in by then, I reckon, Gibbo. Talking about 2027 potentially. Timmins, no good. Under a minute to go. And Clark. Rasmus Bark confronted. Niall Ding taken away by Timmins.
We just ran into a brick wall there of Timmins.
McNaught on the spin into the paint. And they draw the foul. So Fotu. In fact, it's just gone over that baseline. So McNaught, repair. Glidden inside Timmins. Barked the block, but foul committed. Two shots.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of arm, not bad from the little fella there back.
Timmins. Whoa! Now the nerves kick in. It doesn't matter when you get your cheeseburgers.
As long as you get them.
21.7
Where are the kids? Show us the kids. Where are the boys?
They will eat. Court is the code word. With under 20 seconds to go. Burgers delivered by Sam Timmins.
Sammy Timmins.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Man of the people. He knew what the kids wanted, and he said, here you go.
Well, the Breakers fans knew what they wanted. Another win. And they build on their very strong performance that turned things around against the Kings. A convincing 28-point victory for the Breakers, who consolidate their spot in third on the NBL table. But they get a little closer to second. And the reward of finishing first or second, of course, is that you go straight through to the semi-finals without having to contend with the play-in tournament. So that's a big result. 99-71, the Breakers over the Bullets. You like what you saw tonight, Adam Gibson, from them?
Oh, absolutely, from both ends of the floor. Offensively, they move the ball, they pick their targets, they know the weak links and who to target, and they go back to it, and they go back to it over and over again. And defensively, in I think the third quarter, they just ramped up the pressure. A lot of turnovers, and that essentially won them the game.
Feeling good about things. They continue this extraordinary run of form on the road as well, the New Zealand Breakers. Now 9 wins and 3 losses on the road this NBL season. So they show that it doesn't matter. They can get it done on any floor. Let's go to Derek Rucker.
Jarrell Brantley, Foot Locker player of the game, 22 points, 8 of 11 from the field, very efficient performance. It must help to have all the guys back on the floor.
Yeah, no, it felt good to have all our guys. We can get back to defending and playing good team basketball. Hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
Talk about defending. You held Brisbane to 31 points in the second half. You guys were the best defensive team in the competition. You think you're getting back there?
Yeah, I think if we do what we do with the scout and we trust each other, I think we can be a special defensive team, and that's what we hang our hats on.
Now, finishing out this season, we got about a week, a little bit over a week left. What's going to be the key? Because you guys got to retain that top 4 position and possibly get a second spot.
Yeah, finish strong. You know, trust the scout, trust the teammates, and continue to do what got us here, and I think we'll be okay.
Let's talk about the NBL. How have you found yourself adjusting to it? You look very good tonight.
Yeah, no, I like this league. It's competitive. You got a lot of different guys, a lot of different talents, and a lot of different special teams. So it's been special for me to, you know, adjust and get comfortable in my own. But, yeah, you know, just keep going.
All right. Good job, Jarrell. We'll talk to you, and good luck for the rest of the season.
He was fantastic tonight, Derek. Great to hear from him. And they even had the luxury of giving him a bit of a lighter night as well in the end, Jarrell Brantley, because the outcome was known a fair way from the finish. He finished with 22 points tonight, 3 assists, 2 rebounds as well. He played the 22 minutes. He's been averaging just over 27 minutes a game.
Yeah, 22 and 22 minutes, and a lot of one-on-one post plays for him. Scored all over the place, threes, block shots, got to the hoop. Incredible game by Jarrell Brantley.
The Breakers, really strong performance there at Brantley's numbers. The Foot Locker player of the game in the Breakers' 28-point win over the Bullets. 28-point win for the New Zealand Breakers over the Brisbane Bullets. A commanding display from a team that now has 15 wins for the season. In third spot, the Breakers will have a look at the table in just a moment, but they're giving themselves a chance of maybe sneaking into second position if things go their way. An important match coming up for them against Melbourne United, but very strong tonight, Mitch Creek, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. They just got on top early. They had a really good shooting performance with Barry Brown coming in. Brantley was exceptional again tonight. Only the 22 minutes, but that was enough to see him have player of the game. And Pardon was just doing his dominance inside. As a team, they played very, very well. Isaiah Liafa, some good defensive possessions, but overall, New Zealand Breakers were just far too strong tonight.
Pardon, good as well. And the Bullets, no Jason Cadee. Tyler Johnson tried to lead the way for them. He finished with 20 points tonight to continue his good form, but the Breakers comfortably. And what does it all mean? Well, the Breakers are now only one win behind the Taipans. The Jack Jumpers take on the Kings tomorrow night. The Kings have lost their last 2 games. Melbourne United, really interesting, currently outside the top 6, but have won their past 5. So shaping up beautifully at the end of the season.
Yeah, it really is, and the Breakers, they've put some pressure on the Taipans. They've got to win their games to hold that top 2 spot, and this next week of games is going to be very interesting to see who moves up and down the ladder and who wants those top positions.
There are 14 regular season games to go, and every single one of them has consequence as to who finishes where, who goes into what finals game, who misses out. So much to look forward to, and that's before the big games even roll around. So make sure you enjoy the coverage again tomorrow night, because it's the grand final rematch, a packed My State Bank Arena. The Jack Jumpers host the Kings in the Hungry Jacks NBL. But tonight, the Breakers 99 defeated the Bullets 71.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.